everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for popping over again to see what I am up to today. Of course, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. Keep it short. On this channel you will find lots and lots of seasonal decor DIYs and daily decor DIYs. So if you like this content and you're not subscribed to my channel, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. So enough talking, let's jump in today's DIY inspiration. And this is what we will need for this DIY. We need, of course, our tumbling tile blocks, but we use the smaller blocks, like a lot of you already have. I have here my saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. I have here my little container with my cutters, scissors, brushes, markers, with everything inside. I always have it around me. Of course, I'm going to use my wood glue, but you can also use some hot glue. I am going to use my spray paint. You can do any color you like and any paint you like. I'm using the spray paint, and what I'm trying to hope, because it looks like it's shiny gold, but it isn't. It's a matte finish, but I hope the structure of the blocks gives it a nice variety of a different kind of a light. So we will see if this gives a high-end look or not. What we're going to make, we are going to make a train. A couple of friends already asked, could you make a train? So I'm going to try it. I did it already a couple of times, but I have to be honest, I never really liked them. So this was not really what I have in my head. So I hope that what I have in my head right now will turn out nice. So we will see how this will look like. The first step will be, we are going to make the sides of the train, and we need two sides, and I'm going to try to make it as easy as can be. So like everyone, including me, can make the train. So we will see, we make 4 blocks, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this one is not. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going to glue them together sideways. So very easy. Do some glue on the side, and this will be number 2, and roll them already together so your glue is not running down. And this way, and this one, and we are almost there. And number 8 and number 9 is the closure up. Squeeze it together, press it down. And like I told you in many DIYs already, if you have a metal hook and you like to use it, just use it. I'm just not someone who uses it, so, but don't mind me, I'm just stubborn and just try to do it my way. So don't worry about that. I'm going to get my wet towel and I'm going to wipe away the glue we don't need. And again, afterwards, make sure that you have everything in the straight line again. We're going to get 9 blocks again. And you have a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we're going to do the same. And like this. Oh, there's not a lot of glue. And I'm a little afraid that he will fall apart. And that's not what we want. Like this. And this one, and of course number 8 again, and the last one, number 9. Squeeze it and make a straight line again, and feel with your fingers, and then you can very easily get a nice straight line. If you have a block inside which is really smaller, I recommend that you put the block out, because for the sides of the train you need to have that everything is nicely and straight. You can use that block later again, but for the sides I would choose do it at least in the same measurement, because you don't want that it is crooked or something. So we're going to place this one aside. We're going to wipe away, and every time wipe away your surface, because it's always very nice to work when your surface is clean. I'm going to get again, because we need a front side and a back side, so I'm going to make again 2 pieces of 9 also for the other side, but I do it a little bit faster. you're ready, we have our 2 pieces of 9. What we're going to do, carefully lay one on the side. We do some glue on this side, very easy. And we're going to place it back again and place them against each other and make a nice piece like this. Just give it a little bit of pressure. And again, we're going to let this dry in. Of course, we're going to do with this one the same, but this one is not totally dry. So we are doing it carefully. But like I said, if it falls apart, it doesn't matter. You can easily glue it together again. That's the greatest thing about wood glue. You can easily glue it together again. So don't worry about it. And again, press it together. If you have a little bit glue coming out, wipe it away and give it a couple of minutes to dry. In the meantime, while this is drying, we're going to get 2 blocks and we're going to glue them together like this. Very easy. Squeeze it and press it down and make sure that you have it in a straight line, because you need it in a straight line. We're going to wipe away the glue like this. We're going to make a second one, and of course a little glue. Glue it together, squeeze it, press it down, and we're going to give it a little wipe with our towel, and we're going to get 2 blocks, but we're not going to glue it this way. We're going to glue it on the tops. So do some glue on the top, and we're going to press it, and we're going to make another one of this one, because we have 2 sides. And we're going to again squeeze it and press it, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So what we're going to do, we're going to take one piece, and I know he is still not dried totally. We're going to get this block and we are going to glue it on the underside over here at the ending. So squeeze it and make sure that you remove the glue. What you're now going to do, you're going to glue this one on the side. So you're going to do some glue over here and on the underside. So you can place it inside here. And again, squeeze it like this. And now you get a loose block. And you're going to glue this one. And you're going to do some, place it over here. You're not going to place it in the place already. Now we're going to get another loose block and we're going to do one on this side and on this side. And what we're going to do, we're going to place this one over here and we're going to do a little bit of glue. Oh, he's already on this block, sorry. He's already over here because I did it on this 2 sides. And we're going to build it in. And this way, of course, we have to give it a little bit of shape because we want to have a straight line. And wipe away the glue. This is already our first part. We are going to get this one. And it looks very strange right now. I know, but don't worry, it will look alright. We're going to do it on this side. And of course you also can do it on this side. Then you don't have to do the other block. So again, place it over here. Oh, you see already this way. And we're going to place this one over here. And we did already some glue on it. So again, wipe away the glue you don't need. And again, some loose block. We do some glue over here. But we're still not going to glue it. We're doing some glue on this side and on this side. And we're going to place it in. Very easy. And of course we're going to do it over here. And we're going to make a nice straight line. And we have to do this one a little bit over here. So we have to work with it to get a nice straight line. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So I placed my 2 sides of the train on the side, because what we're going to do, we're going to get 3 blocks, and this needs to dry for a little while because we are going to use our saw, because we are going to make some wheels out of it. So, and then they need to be dried or else they will fall apart when you're going to saw them. So this needs a little bit of dry time. So that's why I am making them now and give them some time. And again, another one, and of course we need 4. I think 2 pieces on each side is more than enough, but if you like, if you like more, it's also fine too. So like I said, I'm going to try to get them as even as I can, like this. And this block is not totally straight. You see it already, but I'm going to wipe away the glue. We're going to get another 3 and another 3. So very easy, but they take the time for it. At least let them dry for, I think, maybe 1 or 2 hours at least, because before you're going to sew it, I already did, sometimes I did it earlier, but everything is, now I don't know what I have, but he's totally going. And I tried it earlier before a couple of hours a rest, but it was really something, everything did fall apart. So don't do it, give it a couple of hours to rest to make the wheels. In the meantime, while this is drying, we're going to make the middle piece of the train. And first we're going to get 7 blocks. So we have here already 5, 6, 7. We're going to glue them together. And this way. This is number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. And number 7 is the closure up. Squeeze it. And again, press it together until one piece, like this. And we're going to wipe away the glue this way. And again, always readjust it if it isn't straight anymore. We're going to give this also a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, the first of 7 is drying. We're going to make a second one of 7. Again, 5, 6, 7. Very easy again. Also glue them this way. And number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6 and number 7 is the closure up again. Squeeze it, and again in a straight line, and this way. And we're going to get 2 blocks, and we're going to do some glue on the wider side, so in the middle, and we go glue 1 on top of here. Place it on the side, and you see already, make a straight line and press it, and going to let this rest also a couple of minutes. We are going to get 4 blocks, again 4 like this. We're going to glue them together, and now it looks very strange, but believe me, in a moment we can pull everything together, and then you will see the middle piece coming alive, because now it looks all in parts, and it is in parts, it really is. So now I'm going to take 2 loose blocks, and we're going to glue them this way on the side. So we only do some glue on the underside, over here, place it against here. We do it over here on the underside, very easy. Place it over here, and like this, squeeze it and press it together, and make sure that everything is in a straight line like this. And we're going to let this rest also. Now we are getting one of the piece of 7 and our piece of 2 we glue together. We do some glue on the underside, on the wider side, this way. And we're going to place this one also against here. So make sure again, squeeze it and have a straight line, and let this dry in. It needs to be very dry. And if you have glue which is coming out, get a little brush and wipe away the glue you don't need, because you don't need glue popping out everywhere. So I'm going to let this dry also. So my mat was getting a little bit full. I'm going to place away my 4 pieces of 3, because this will be later tires. We're going to go further. So we have 1 of 7. We have 2 blocks against glue together, 2 bigger blocks. We have again 1 of 7 over here. We have 1 of 4 over here, and glued 2 sideways on this one. So like this. So this is already 1. We have a loose 1 of 7. And we have 7 glued with a double block at the ending. So now we're going to go for 6 blocks. Oh, this is already a half block. This is not what we need. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to make 6 in a row. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 6 is the closure up again. Squeeze it, press it together, and let it rest in for a couple of minutes. We're going to take 5 blocks. And don't worry, we are almost there. And 5. And this is so easy to make. You see already how easy is this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And number 5 is the closure up. And this way. And we now only need one of 2. Of course, we need to wipe away the glue also. Very easy. Wipe away. And this way. And again, redo it. Make sure that you have a nice straight line. Take your time for it because it looks much better afterwards. So, and the 2 blocks. And then we have all the parts we need for the middle piece. And we're going to glue this together. Squeeze it. Make a straight line. And we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need. And now we're going to let all the parts, if everything is correctly, you have 6 parts now because we already glued this 2 over here and this one over here. So we have 6 pieces loose. Now we get the piece of 5, get the piece of 2. We do some glue on the underside of the 2 and you see we glue them just next to each other. We're going to do some glue over here and we place it on the top of this one, but at the ending. This way, squeeze it and wipe away the glue you don't need, like this, and let it dry in. So we already have one piece already on this side, you see, this way. Now we're going to get this one, of course, and we have the piece of 7, and the piece of 7 with 2 blocks on top of here. We're going to do some glue on the underside over here. This way, and we're going to place it straight up and we're going to lay this against here like this, and we're going to give it a little bit of pressure and we're going to let this dry in also. So I took again our side pieces and this is already one side. What we're going to do, you have, if everything is correctly, you still have 4 pieces over here. This is already with the 2 blocker. This is already with the 2 and the 7 on top. 7 over here. What we're going to do, because this is not totally dry yet, so I'm going to give it a couple of minutes rest, because I see already when I want to get it off my table, it's still a little bit sticky. So I give it a couple of minutes, but for you it is not even a second. In my head, I was placing them over here and I thought this is much too small for this piece because this has to be the roof. I think this is not correctly. I think I have 4 pieces and the 4 pieces are right, but only the last blocks, this one, supposed to be on top of here and not next to here. So I have to get it off this way and of course I have to get this one off Of course, it is already dried in a little bit. How difficult it is sometimes to show to you how it is really done. But of course, we are going to get it off one way or the other. We will get it off. And yes, I got it off. So the piece of 4 don't need to glue on the side, but they must glue it on top. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on this side and I'm going to place it on the top and not on the side, and I do with this block the same, and I'm going to let it dry. So don't make the mistake like I do. They need to be glued on the top and not on the side. So I give it a little moment before we go pack everything together, and you see this is how he's looking, he's supposed to look like. So not on the side but on the top. So then you see already the roof is fitting very nicely. This way he does, but normally he wouldn't. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue from this side until this side over here. because this one needs to fit inside of here on the corners. So of course, I can also turn it over and do some glue on this side. That's also an option, but do it the way you think it's working the best for you, because I can tell you how you must glue it. That's something you have to do for yourself. Of course, I have to turn it over, but of course, he's still not totally dried up, so we're going to do our best. And this way, we're going to place it on the side, and on this side, over here, and give it a little bit of pressure so it can attach to the side panel. And this way, and give it a little bit of pressure over here. And what we're going to do with the roof the same. We just do some glue on this side, on this side, and on this side. And we're going to place it over here. And again, give it a little moment to get settled on top of your frame. This way. Because always wood glue needs to have a little time to settle in. And this way, I have to look for that I don't have pieces which is sticking out, because that's not what we want. We're going to get this part, and this part has to be over here. But first, what I'm going to do is place this one over here. So I'm going to do some on this side. On this side, this is the part of 6, and on the underside, over here, and we're going to place it over here again. And of course, we are going to do some glue on this side, and I have to look for this side, over here, and I'm going to place this one also against here. And we really need to go a little bit this way and this way. Of course, work with it and find the place you need. Of course, I need to work with mine and give it a little time to rest in. And then we're going to place the other panel on top. So I glued mine together, but if you are watching correctly, you see already I have here a piece open, which is too short, and you see probably also what I did do wrong. I was measuring out on my table earlier already before I did this DIY to look for if everything is fitting. I placed this one because I thought this is too short, so I placed this one on the side to get it fitting. But of course, you see already I should have done that, because if I place this one just in the opposite direction, he would be perfectly over here. So always I show you the mistake also, so you don't have to make this. I did it totally wrong. It is so easy to do. It is just 6 of this, it is 5 of this, it is 2 of this, it is 4 on the top glued 2 together. You do 8 over here, and you do 8 over here, and you don't have this piece. You just do 8 blocks on this way, 8 over here, and like I said, 4 on the tops, 2, and of course 5 and 6, and then you have it totally fitting. He is so easy to make, and I even messed it up. I don't know why I did this, because when I figured out it did work in my head, but it didn't work right now. Of course, I already get my jigsaw, and I took away a piece of the block, and now I'm going to get it inside. So it's no problem. I'm just going to work with it. It is no problem, but you don't have to make the mistake. So I'm going to glue this in, and of course then we're going to glue the other side on top of here. So I'm going to do a little bit of glue in here, and of course I also could have done and don't show you, but I like honesty, because I like also to show you that if it does go wrong, you have to be honest that it really did go wrong. I'm just an amateur, like a lot of you here are, so we are going to do our best, and more we can't do. So you don't have to make the same mistake like I do. So again, wipe away the glue, and now he's perfectly fitting inside, so this is no problem. As I always say, watch first before you're going to make your DIY, and then you can do it in one piece. So And you see already, I showed you, he is now totally closed, but I don't need this one. But I'm really mad at myself for doing this. But of course, now I'm going to do some glue around. Very easy, over here, and we go this side and this way, over here, oh, of course, this way, and around here, and on the here. And now we can easily place this one on top. And make sure that he is fitting everywhere before you let it dry in. I have to go down a little, over here, and he is really fitting perfectly. So I'm going to remove the glue, and then we're going to let it dry in like this. And what we're going to do, I'm going to get my 4 pieces of 3, and we're going to make some wheels. So I place my front piece over here. I'm going to get my 4 pieces. I was measuring out, and I saw that the top of my hot glue has the size I need for my wheel. So I'm going to place it on here exactly in the middle, and we're going to go over it, my marker, and we're going to make nice round wheels so I can cut them out with my jigsaw. So very easy. I take my time for it, and you see this is already 1 round, and I'm going to do all 4 of them. So you see this is already the base of our train. I have here my 4 wheels, which we are going to saw later. What I'm going to do, I have some piece of dowel, and I think you can have them laying around. A lot of people have them. What I'm going to do, I did measure out the front of my thing, and I'm going to cut it off. So I'm going to do on the underside 1 piece of dowel, just laying it against the train. And I'm going to do on the back side, I'm going to get a piece of dowel, and I'm going to glue 1 on this side, and I'm going to glue 1 on this side. So very easy, just 2 on this side, and you can do 1 smaller one on this side, and I'm going to glue them on top of here. So this one is, of course, I did cut it off at the size I need. What I'm going to do, very easy, we do some wood glue on the underside, a very thin line over here and this way, and we're just going to lay our piece exactly over here in the middle, and we're going to let it rest for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to do the back side. So I was looking, but I think I like a second one a little bit higher also. So I'm going to make another line of glue, very easy under it, over here, and I'm going to place my second piece also on top of here. So because I really like how it's looking like. So again, I'm give it some time to dry. In the meantime, while this is drying, of course, I'm going to take my 4 rounds and I'm going to make wheels out of it. So I have here my 4 wheels. We are going to glue in a moment, but first I'm going to get the piece of a dowel, and I'm measured out the size on this side. We have 2 on here, and of course I want to have 1 over here, but you see he's a little bit too short. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get a wooden piece like this, but if you have a little bead, it's also fine. So I did cut off the top, and I have now over 1 little bead without the openings, the holes inside. So I'm going to do on both of them, because both of them are a little too short, and I don't like it if it is too short. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue a little ball like this. Of course, I'm going to do some glue on the top over here, and I'm laying down my little bead and this way, and I'm going to let it dry this way. I'm just going to lay it inside, and of course place it on here until it can rest, and I hope it will stand up right. But of course probably he will fall down. Most of the time it is with me, so don't worry about it. So I'm going to do a drop of glue also over here, And that's what I mean. I should told you he will fall down, and he does. And of course, I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to place it maybe inside of here, then he can fall down anymore. So over here, and I'm going to glue this one again on top of here. So very easy. That's the great about wood glue. You still can use it very easy, and later everything will be painted in the gold color, so don't worry about it. So I'm going to give it a little moment of rest on this side, and then we're going to glue the wheels. So I place my the pieces which are coming here, I place them aside because or else I can go further, and I want to glue my wheels. Of course, the wheels are very easy right now because you have 3 blocks, and I want to place them halfway in the middle block, so you can easily measure it out and place them where you want to have them. So very easy. Do some glue over here, and you're going to place them in the half of your block, and this way. And we're going to do here the same. Look for if everything is a little bit measured out the same. And then you're going to do some glue on the top, a little bit more because it has to stand on its own later. And again, I'm going to measure out and try to have it on the same length like we have with the other one. Very easy, and like this. And we give it a couple of minutes, then we're going to turn it over and do the other side. So now I'm going to turn over my terrain. Of course, I'm going to lay 2 loose blocks over here because that's the thickness of this block. So I can very easy turn it over and place it on top of here, so I don't have that he is still wobbling over, and now he still stays on place. Now I'm going to get my other 2, and I'm going to also measure out with this 2 where I want to have exactly my blocks over here. And I'm going to do some glue on the top, again the same like I did with the other 2 on the other side, and again place them over here in the half of the block. And I'm going to do the same with this one over here, and you wipe away later the glue you don't need, because or else you get so much glue on the side, and that's not what you want. So I'm going to let this dry in. So, and here you see already with the wheels and the front, and what I'm going to do, I have over here, I have a piece, this was on top of each other, but I did saw it off, and now I only have this part. Later I will use this on the back side. So I'm going to place some glue on top of here, and I use it as the top where the steam normally comes out. So I'm going to place this on the front. Of course, you don't have to do it if you don't like it. You don't have to glue it on top. Of course, I have to look that I have it in the middle. So I'm going to let this dry in, and then I'm going to glue on the back side my 2 little pieces of dowel with my bead on top. So very easy on the back side. And then we're going to go further with our little wagon. So I place them on the top of his nose, and I'm just going to do some glue over here because we don't want to use too much glue for it. And we do a little over here, and we're going to place our dowel over here. And very easy, just measure out that you have it exactly on the underside and lay it inside. Very easy this way. And you're going to lay this one on this side. Also at the ending, totally straight with the bottom of your train, this way and this way. And we're going to let this dry in. And now we're going to go further with our wagon, because the train is right now ready to paint, of course, but we give it a couple of hours to dry. But we are going to work on our wagon. So you see already the little front of the train is finished. What we're going to make a little wagon behind it, because it's not complete without the wagon. The wagon needs, of course, wheels, and we're going to make again our wheels so they can dry already. 3, 3, and 3, and again 3 blocks because we need 4 wheels, and we're going to make them already now so they can dry in before we're going to cut them in a round. Again, number 1, number 2, and squeeze it together. We're going to do again 1, 2, and number 3 is the closure up again. Here the same, number 1, number 2, and you're going to place them in the last, number 1 and number 2, and again make sure you have them in a straight line like this. Squeeze it and press it down, squeeze it and press it down, and we do here the same, squeeze it and press it down, and give it a couple of minutes to rest. So you see here our wheels are drying because they need to be very dry before we're going to cut them, the same like we did with the train. We have number 4 and number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 9. So we're going to get 9 blocks in a row. We're going to do the sides again. We're going to do 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6, and number 7 and 8, and number 9 is the closure up again. Squeeze it and make sure that you have a nice straight line again like this, and we're going to place it aside, and we are going to wipe away the glue we don't need over here, and again make sure that you have a nice line. So, and we're going to make another one of 9, but I do it a little bit faster. So what we're going to do right now we have the first part of the side panels, 2 of 9, and we are going to get again 9 pieces because we're going to make the bottom 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again we're going to do the bottom the same, also 9 blocks, and we're going to make the second layer of the sides. We're going to do a little different because it has to be a wagon. So this will be the bottom part, and again number 8, and the last number 9 is again the closure up again, and we're going to do the same like we did with the other 2 of 9. Get your wet towel, wipe it away, and make a nice straight line again. And this is already 1. We're going to place this one over here and make sure place it again this way, wipe away the glue. Now we're going to take the 2 pieces of a 9, and we're going to take this one. We're going to get 3 blocks, and we're going to glue them together. Very easy, on the top and on the top over here. And again squeeze it, and we're going to do again 3 blocks this way and this way. We glue it on the tops and on this top, and again roll them together like one piece. Again we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need this way, and we're going to do it over here, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes a rest. So in the meantime, while these 2 are drying, we're going to get 4 blocks this way. We're going to have our piece of 9 from one of the sides. We're going to do some glue on the top over here, and we're going to glue this over here on this part. We do this one the same. Oh, there's a little bit too much, and we're going to place this one over here, and this one over here. Squeeze it and make sure that you have a straight line on top of here and over here. Now we're going to place these 2 in between a little bit over here, so we have the same measurements in between. I think a little over here, and this one also in here. So we do some on the tops, and we place this one over here and this one over here. And of course you can change it up any way you like. You don't have to do it the way I do. And this, and over here. I think he needs a little bit sideways like this. So we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest so it can attach each other like that. Now we get this part. We're going to do some glue over here, a little over here, And of course we have to measure out, and then the best thing what you can do, place it over here. You do some glue on this side, a little drop and a little drop over here. And then we're going to place it down and we're going to put it on top of each other this way and squeeze it and press it together and make sure that you have a nice line. Again, wipe away the glue. And we have already first side of our wagon, and this is number 1. So we're going to place this apart, place this aside, and this can rest. We're going to take the second one. We're going to get 4 blocks again, 4 loose blocks. We're going to do the same, a little on the top, and of course we also can do it this way and then place it down is also fine, because now you can do it a little bit faster. And this way we're going to do over here, and we're going to place it over here, and this one on this side, and again look for where you want to have it this way. And then we're going to place this one. Of course also this has to be squeezed together, squeeze it together this way, and we're going to place this one on top, and again squeeze everything. And now you already have the second one of the side of your wagon. So we have our bottom, we have of course our wheels, we have the 2 sides over here. Now we need the front side and the back side of the wagon. We're going to take 6 blocks like this. We're going to roll them together, and this way 3 and number 4 and number 5. Number 6 is here the closure up, squeeze it, and because it's a little bit higher than 6 blocks, we are going to do 1 block, and we're going to do on the side, so not flat, but on the side we're going to do some glue, and we're going to place it straight up on here. So very easy, place it over here. It looks a little strange, but later you will see that this is how we get it in the straight line on top, or else we have an opening, and we don't want an opening. So this is already a number 1 of the sides, and again make sure everything is sticking together. And of course I have to be careful that not my front is falling apart. 3, 4, 5 and last of a 6. So we need this 6, and we're going to glue them together again. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and number 4 and number 5. Again, squeeze it together. Make sure that you have a straight line. And we're going to get another block, and we're going to do on the side some glue over here. Oh, a little bit more. And we're going to place it on this side, and we make sure that we squeeze it and press it together in a straight line again. And we wipe away the glue we don't need, and we're going to give this a couple of minutes before we build everything together. So we are going to build our wagon together. We're going to take the bottom of 9 blocks. We're going to get the sides we just made. What we're going to do, we do a little bit of glue on this side, on the ending over here, and a little on the ending over here. And we're going to place very easy this one on this side. And be sure that you squeeze it and press it down, and make sure that you have it in a nice straight line again. And we're going to go for this side the same. And of course our half block is in the inside of our wagon, so again squeeze it and wipe away the glue you don't need like this. We're going to squeeze it, and we're going to look for a straight line over here. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes. So we gave all the parts a couple of minutes to dry. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get one of the sides, and I'm going to glue some glue over here on this side, on the underside over here, and I'm going to go up again until here. And if everything is correctly, he's not totally fitting on the top, because 1 block is always a little bit longer, but we're going to find a solution for. We're going to place this on top of here and give it a little bit of pressure over here, and we're going to look for that we get it as straight as we can. And again, bend it out a little, because that's the great thing about wood glue. You still can redo it again over here, and make sure that you wipe away the glue you don't need. Just take a little bit of your time, but it will work at the end very nice if you take your time. Make sure that everything is fitting over here and over here, and give it a little bit of pressure. Also over here, give it some pressure over here, and then like this, and again. And now what we're going to do, we're going to do some glue on this side, over here and around here and to the top, and make sure that you have each block. Yeah, and now we're going to do the last part, and we're going to place it on top of here. Let it fall down, give it a little bit of pressure already, also over here, and then work with your fingers so you get a nice, also on the side, a straight line, and then again give it some pressure, and this way. And now we're going to let this dry in at least for a half hour. So we're going to place this our wagon straight up, and you see already, if I will show it to you correctly, you see the front and the back side are a little bit higher. I don't like that, because I want that the sides are even a little bit higher. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get 3 blocks, because we need to have a little bit of a high-end look. So we don't like that the sides are long, of the front and the back side are longer. So we're going to squeeze it, press it together. We're going to get 3 blocks again. Make sure that these blocks are even, because you don't want blocks that are not even for the ending of the wagon. So again, squeeze it and press together. Wipe away the glue you don't need. Also over here, and then give it a couple of minutes, and then we're going to glue it on this side and on this side, and then we only need the wheels and spray painting, and I'm finished. And of course you can decorate it any way you like. So we're going to do some glue at the side over here, very easy. Just make a nice straight line. We're going to place this one on top over here, so make sure that you have it in place, give it a little bit of pressure, and that everything on the side is in a straight line. We're going to turn this over, and we're going to do also over here a nice line of glue again, and whoop, you see already. And I have to wipe off, before I'm going to glue it, I have to wipe away the inside of this glue, because or else there is no room almost more for. Of course you can do it with your brush, and again wipe it away. And now we're going to get this one on top of here also, and again a straight line, give it a little bit of pressure over here. And now we have also a high-end look on the sides, and we're going to give this some at least a half hours to dry, and we're going to build our little wheels again. So we have our 4 pieces of 3 again, and we're going to get the lid of course you can use something else, but I use my lid because he's perfectly falling inside of my square. And I'm going to give it again some nice rounding with my pencil over here, and I'm going to get to the garage and going to jigsaw them out again. So very easy, like this. And you see, this is already a nice first round. I'm going to do all 4 of them, and I'm going to saw them out. So of course, before I'm going to go in my garage and saw the wheels, of course I'm going to do on the back side. I measure out 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do on the underline of the third one, I'm going to glue a loose block. So very easy. I'm going to place it over here, do some glue, because they had to be connected. And I always do as much as I can with my tumbling tower blocks. Of course, you can use some little hooks to connect them together, but I'm going to try to do them with my blocks. So I'm going to glue 1 block over here in the middle of our train, like this, over here. And you can easily measure out for your wagon, because you still don't have the wheels. You just do, this is 3 blocks, and 3 blocks is just as high as 1 on the side. So if I would then do on the same side, I just only need to measure out it, but you can't have them on the same. They need to go a little bit lower than 1 block. So I'm going to get another block as my measurement. So I'm going to do 2 blocks over here, and I'm going to place this one in the middle, and then what I'm going to do is glue one of the blocks, only the under one, a little glue. I'm going to measure out and I'm going to place it over here, a little lower this way, and I'm going to make sure that I have it in a straight line. And now I'm going to get away this block, and if everything is correctly, he has to he has to work that everything, this one goes over this one, but we will see if this will work or not. And if it doesn't work, don't try it. So I'm just going to use this, like I said, I used this as a little measurement. So I hope that everything is, when it's connected, everything this goes this way on top of each other. But we will see if I am right or not. So I have here my 4 wheels again, and we are going to do the same like we did with, of course, the train. I'm going to get a wheel, and because it is 3 blocks, you can easily find the middle of the middle block, and you can easily glue it over here, and you do this one, of course, also halfway over here. So it's do some glue on the top, and of course this one you can even see better if you choose this one. You can even look that it is already it's much better to see. So do some glue over here on the top, and we're going to place it halfway the middle block. Just go to look, and you still can redo it. We're going to do this one. Of course, this one is also very nice to see. So again, do some glue on this one, and we're going to place it also halfway. And you can place your wheels everywhere you want, and get your ruler and make sure that you place it over here, that you have both of the wheels on at the same height. So again, but it still needs to settle a little bit, and then you can get your ruler and you still can move it around. That's the great thing about wood glue. So I have my 4 wheels on our wagon. Of course, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this piece, which is the piece I did cut off from this top of our train. And of course, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to do some glue on here to give a nice also ending of a high look. Over here, we do some glue on here. And I'm going to place this one on top of here, because this one will be the top of this one, because this one will be under this piece of wood. If everything is correctly and I measured out right, it will fit. If it doesn't, don't do it. Just don't do it. This is just an experiment. I really have no idea how it will turn out. But if it turns out right, and and I'm going to spray paint mine, and you're going to maybe paint yours, it will look very nice, and you have a nice seasonal train. So now I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to give both of the wagon and the train, I'm going to give a spray paint. Like I said, I'm going to do it in the gold color, but choose anything you like. And here you see how our little train turned out. Of course, I am still debating if I give it a little bit of distressing with the black color. I don't know, but you see that in a moment when you see the quick impression, because decorated to everyone does it on his own. So I am really happy how he turned out. But of course, you can give it another color. Maybe you don't even like gold colored, so go ahead, give your imagination the free run, so we can do anything you like. So, and you see, like I said, a quick impression right now. And here you see finally a quick impression of our tumbling tile blocks terrain. And I'm so happy how this one turned out. I think this is the best one I made because the other ones I was not satisfied about. So I'm really loving this. And this one is so easy. Of course, I hope you give this one also a try and make one for yourself because you can use it for all year round. Of course, thank you so much for being here, and everyone who is here and is not subscribed to my channel, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. And of course, do you want to see more DIYs? Come on over to my description box, there you find the link for our DIY channels. Of course, everyone have an amazing day and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!